Welcome back to another episode of the Rattata Rundown, a show brought to you by Asher Griffith-Jones. And who's the other host, Asher?
I think it's Stacey Pansis. And I just want to say...
I think so.
We don't mean welcome back to everyone, because I understand that there may be some new people here, and we don't want to make you feel like we don't notice you. So, hello. And
hi, I see you.
Welcome to the first time. Yeah, we acknowledge your existence.
If you're watching
and
this...
hopefully one day you will hear welcome back and be able to identify yourself.
And be able to identify it. I was looking up, by the way. I don't look down on new viewers. I look up to you guys for having an open mind and wanting to discover new content to consume. And if you've chosen us as even a taster episode, then feel free to keep listening, because this episode is about to get
So what do we do
whack.
on this podcast? So for all these people that are listening for the first time.
For those that are new and for those that haven't
again.
listened in 10 years, welcome back. We basically go gym by gym. So in between gyms, there's a little, we call it a leg, and we go through a little journey before the next gym, and we finish that leg when we've beaten the next gym, and we collect the badge. So badge to badge, gym by gym, and then Asher and I will rendezvous, and we'll talk about that leg per se. And
for Pokemon games, that is, yeah.
For Pokemon games,
just
I
give
mean,
you
they
context.
know they've
We are
clicked
playing
on it, knowing full well it's a Pokemon podcast, mate. Like, do you guys hear that? It's the sound of Ash's mic muted. And for those that are new, that is a very common thing. So feel free to keep listening to see if that continues. Asher,
I'm just saying that we were doing Gold and Silver, the Pokemon games.
Yes, Pokemon Gold and Silver. And Asher, what did we tackle today, or what did we tackle throughout the week?
This week. So this week we exited from Olivine City after dealing with the most disappointing gym and smallest leg.
Shortest leg ever. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like it belonged to a toddler, like an embryo leg. That's how short the leg was. Barely formed. Actually, no. I know this might be a bit of a tangent, but like, do you know how whales, speaking of small legs, I'm
very aware of whales, yes.
They have a leg bone, even though they don't have legs.
Wow.
They have a leg bone. Yeah, it's in their like their body, like there's like a leg.
They skip leg day. They skip leg day, and they've evolved to continue to skip leg day. I think.
Well, like this is a huge thing to show, like
sounds of it.
Whatever their ancestors were, like they would have at one point got up to the land and be like, yeah, we're gonna walk around for a bit, and then they decided, nah, fuck this.
Fuck.
We're getting back
much.
in the water.
Only two limbs. I only work off 2 limbs, 4 limbs. Double it. Give it to the next person. Go on. Get out of here.
Went back to
good.
Flipper.
That's what whales were like.
Yeah.
And no doubt, whale lords, as part of the Pokemon cinematic universe, have evolved as such as well. Maybe, presumably, I don't know.
Depends what whalers came from. They evolved from whalers. We know that.
Well, whalers are a little circle. They're not.
They're a beach ball. They're a beach ball.
They're a beach. Yeah, they're cute. You play.
That's 100%. That's what they are. They're a beach ball.
I love it.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. I reckon volleyball over beach ball. Although I'm not sure what the difference
100%.
is. Either way, it was a short leg.
Beach ball is the ball that you used to play volleyball with. Anyway, a very short leg. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, after we exited this bloody gym, we went. Well, I'm not sure about you, but I went back to, I want to say, Ecruteak City.
Yeah.
Because that's where we had to go. But knowing that we had a level cap that was different, and usually they go higher. The level cap goes up every leg, but for this week, the level cap went down for some weird reason, because Olivine's
that was
largest
stupid.
Pokemon was 35,
that was
and
so
for price this
stupid.
week, the level cap was 31. So my Rattatas were above 31. They were like 30, 33.
All of them?
Not all of them. Like, they were very close to 31. So I was like, I need to go catch some more Rattatas. So that's what I ended up doing.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to go all the way back to bloody Goldenrod City, because that was couldn't find Rattatas anywhere earlier. There was Raticates, no Rattatas. So I had to go to
You still have your
Raticate
though. You still have that guy.
Yeah, Pikachu Raticate is in the PC.
But he's
I'm not allowed to touch him.
He's for dire need situations.
He's an
I
emergency.
feel like he's an emergency. Just like who'd you struggle against? I think it was Chuck. And
It was Chuck.
you need to get
And
him
I had
out.
to use Pikachu for that.
So for our new listeners, for those that want to know more about that, go and listen to episode 5 of season 2 of the Rattata Rundown. I had Victory Bell, who was the only one over level cap, so I did not use I think it was Becca. Not Victory Bell. I keep saying Victory Bell, and I said that a couple of times in the last 2 episodes. My Weepin' Bell. I have not evolved
Yeah,
her.
you're not allowed to evolve. You're not allowed to evolve things.
I'm not allowed to evolve. Asher, you're not allowed to evolve either. We've got our own little set of rules that we are or limitations or themes, I want to say.
Theme / limitations.
So,
limitations.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about that, do you want to tell them now? Just a little reminder.
Yeah, so I'm only allowed to use Rattatas because I am Joey.
Such a good theme.
Simple.
I actually love that theme. I love it because it's simple.
I don't. It's really fucking hard.
I don't know why you. Anyway, good on paper. I feel like good on paper. I'm Charlie from Daddy Daycare, and I've got my my little kids with me. So I'm not allowed to evolve them until. Basically, they're not allowed to be their full stage evolution. They're not allowed to be adults. They can evolve once if they're 3 stage, but that's it. That's pretty good. So I've got my Weepin' Bell, who was the only one over level cap, and I didn't use her at all throughout the leg. But luckily, the rest of my normal Pokemon, the rest of my children, were actually under level cap, and I was actually surprisingly able to stay under level cap right as we got to what's his face. Price.
That's surprising because there was a lot of trainers. I like that. That was good. That was a dad joke. Daddy daycare.
Yeah. I tried to avoid
daycare.
Daddy day joke. Daddy day care joke. Caring joke. Charlie's joke.
Daddy day drinking.
I wish. So whatchamacallit? I ended up trying to avoid as many trainers as I could. Long story short, I ended up fighting them all anyway because it's like an OCD thing that I have. I just tried to manage who fought when, where, and stuff like that. Met Lance as well, and he's like, hey, yo, I'm going to beat your rival for you so you don't have to worry about the level cap. And I actually, I got on my knees and I kissed his feet. For that was later down.
Yeah, well, Lance was a lot later down the track. I mean, so we exit from Ecruteak City and we go right this time, and we've got surf now, so we can go surf. But there's this option, and I chose not to do it because I went inside and it was dark. There was another cave that you could go through. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm just gonna go the water route. I've only got a limited amount of levels that I can gain. I'm not going to waste it.
Yeah. So you have to strategize.
I did not experience the cave.
You have to
strategize.
Did you
experience the cave?
I did, and then I reset my run because we agreed on we had to make our showdown teams at the time. This is our agreement. We had to make the showdown team. So I'm like, oh shit. So I had to reset my run. But I explored it on my first time, and there wasn't much. It was just a few
Why did you have to reset your run to set up for your showdown team?
So do you remember how we agreed on because we forgot to do the showdown episode
last episode
6. So we were going to do it first thing episode 7, which is now.
I thought we were going to do it at the end of the episode, not at the beginning.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the start. So I reset my game, made my team, then traversed. Then I was like, well, there's the cave, there's no point in doing it. So I just
What is in the
surfed
cave?
Across. A few waterfalls. There's a few different floors that need strength as well. So I think post-game it might be helpful. Because I think there's stronger trainers as well if you keep going down. But also I think there's a legendary as well. I'm just going off memory now, but there's a lot of different paths that kind of imply that there's a lot more to it, or there's a Pokemon.
We just don't have the HMs to deal with that yet. There's no waterfall.
No, we have strength.
But we don't have waterfall.
No, not waterfall.
Yeah.
So yes. But definitely worth it if you were playing the game casually and not worrying about the level cap. That's for sure. But
Yeah, but
We are
unfortunately
on
we were
a different path. A lot of trainers wanted my number still. I remember there was one that wanted
I got
my
way
number.
too many phone calls this
Yeah.
this leg. I got way too many
Oh,
calls from
we've
Joey.
got a special guest. My brother is here, and
Oh, okay.
he might come in to say hello. So just so
Okay,
you guys
well-
know. But anyway,
Prepping for that. I don't want to gab anyone's numbers. I'm getting inundated with phone calls from bloody Joey. That getting phone calls from other people? No way, no way.
Ring Liz.
Sounds like
Fisherman
what a terrible feature to have in your game.
Ralph as well. What's his name? Ralph. Hiker Ralph. It's not even Liz. Doesn't even care about me anymore.
You don't have the Riz.
I don't have
anymore.
the Liz Riz anymore. I don't have the Riz, and yeah, it's fine. A Hiker Ralph is giving me all the attention I need anyway. So honestly, he keeps ringing me up. He's like, "Oh my god, there's a Geodude. There's a Bidoof." That was my brother. I was just waving at him. So shout out to Matthew. You probably listen to this right now. Anyway, but honestly, I don't have time for phone calls anymore, Asher. I think I'm past that point of rizzing, and I just want to get on
So
with it.
why are you still getting these people's numbers? Stop talking to them.
I've stopped.
Stop
I
grabbing their
should
numbers.
start- you know what? In fact, I should start clearing my list. I should start blocking people.
Can you do that? Because that would be good. I think I need to block
I
Joey.
reckon. You need to block Joey. He's your one and only, sir.
Yeah, and it's too much.
Oh,
I can't.
God,
I can't figure out how you're dealing with more than one number. I've just got Mum, Professor Elm, and Joey, and that's way too much.
I just here's my thing. They'll call me. I don't say a word. They say their piece, and then they hang up. They've gotten fulfillment by at least me answering the phone. That's good enough for me.
They're just
But
talking at you. They're not
just talking at
even
me,
having a
but
conversation.
I'm starting to have enough, and I feel like that I need to start prioritizing my journey a little bit more, and becoming champion and beating Red. Ultimately, I feel like I need to prioritize that a lot more because I'm giving a lot of these people a lot of attention, to the point, Asher, to the point where I cannot even remember my day. That's how distracted I get from these people.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, you find a way to delete these numbers block these numbers so they don't call you anymore. Because it sounds like they are impacting your day-to-day life.
There is a trick. There is a trick though. If you turn on airplane mode on your poker gear, then the phone call will end.
You can just like accidentally hit the lock button as well. That will
That's
the phone call
big
end
trick
too.
that we both discovered the other day. You just
That
don't
you
put it on
discovered the other
speaker.
day.
Don't have them on speaker on your poker gear.
Oh, hang on, I'm just going to lock my phone. Hangs up. Terrible.
I'm like, lock.
So once we get through this route and we've either avoided getting numbers or we get numbers despite knowing it's not good for our mental health, we arrive in Mahogany Town. And this place
Mahogany, mate. Jesus.
It's weird setup. It seems quite lovely. There's no Pokemart.
I think town is
they
an
have-
appropriate name for it because there's not that many buildings. It's just a quiet
No,
little residence.
it seems like a village or something like that. It seems quite quaint.
Okay. Yeah, not that many residents. There's like an old man. The market was it? You said there's no Pokemon.
There's no Pokemart. There was just another like independent store, which is like great. So the Pokemart don't have a monopoly.
Did you have a look in there beforehand?
Well, I went in there and they were selling some interesting goods. So one of the things that I noticed is that since last time we checked the prices of Slowpoke tails, they were like 10 million Pokédollars, and now they were like only 9,500. So like the market has crashed. The price has found an equilibrium. Yeah. I'd like to say. Yeah. And I nearly had enough money to afford one. I was thinking about getting a Slowpoke tail.
But you just wanted to have it. I mean, what?
I just wanted to see like, can I get a Slowpoke tail? I was like, fuck yeah, I could just carry around a Slowpoke tail. I could be a bad guy. That'd be pretty sick.
What about? Were they selling Rage candy bars?
Oh man, there was a guy that pissed me off about the Rage candy bars.
Yeah, that guy. My God.
Yeah, he stopped you from walking east of Mahogany Town.
Let me through.
Yeah, and he's like, wait. Do you want to? buy a Rage Candy bar before I let you through? Like, we were selling Rage Candy bars. And I go, no. And he
you
goes,
say no,
well,
thank
fuck
you.
off. So I go up to him and I'm like, all right, fine. This is the only way through then. So I buy a Rage Candy bar off him. And then he tells me to fuck off anyway. I'm just,
It's just using you.
I was expecting to be able to go through. And then I tried going through again. He's like, hey, do you want to buy a Rage Candy bar? I accidentally bought 2 of them. And they only restore 50 HP. And they cost 300.
Oh.
So like it's 50% more expensive than a potion and 25% as effective. Terrible.
That's terrible. And now I know why it is such a quaint village. It's not because it's a naturally a quiet village. It's because so many people get fucking ripped off over there in Mahogany Town. They just think they're just going to up and go.
Well, they should. And then like the only reason why you'd be there in the Mahogany Town, like the center itself, is to go see the gym. And then, even then, there's a person there who's like, are you a good enough
100%.
tourist?
Yeah.
Don't go in here. Go check out the lake. I'm like, fuck you, man. I want to go to the gym. I'm not a tourist. I'm a Pokemon trainer.
Okay, so we hypothetically, we listen to this guy. Well, not hypothetically, because we both listen to this guy. We go up, we're going to check out this lake. Apparently, there's hearsay going around that there's this Red Gyarados. What do? Okay, going to go through this building where there's 2 Team Rocket Grunts guarding the way. God knows where security is. Anyway, I talked to them. They're like, yeah, no, actually, they come up to me. They're like, hey, we don't want to be that guy. We don't want to be that guy. They're actually a lot ruder than this, but I'm making them seem nicer. We don't want to be that guy, but you're passing this building. You don't have to pass this building. They didn't tell me that. I just told myself that. I'm like, I don't have to be passing this building. I just want to see what was in here.
It's a convenience thing. It's a convenience
And they
thing.
charge this 10-year-old $1,000 just to get through.
Each time.
Now, Stacey, I fought a couple of trainers and I was training up my little Max, my Rattata, who's named after one of the kids from Daddy Daycare, and I needed to go back to the Pokemon Center. Now, there's 2 ledges that you can jump over. But what does Stacey do? He's in such a rush. He goes through the fucking building again.
Yep.
And they come back up to me. They're like, you didn't learn the first time, bud. Anyway, don't worry about that. $1,000, please. I had no choice. I walked through. I didn't even get to go through the building. I walked back out of the building and went around just to satisfy myself, to be honest.
Yeah, so I ended up... So do you know what happens when you don't have enough money?
Oh, whoa. Go on. No, I don't.
Yeah, so I went up and I was like, oh, shit. They take the $1,000 off you. And plus, the thing is, you can't even fight these guys. You can't be like, hang on. No, I disagree. By the way, we're making eye contact. I know you have fucking Pokemon on you. Let's battle this out and I'll take half your money. No, you can't get that. No.
Really
so they just take you 1,000 off you and then you walk off and then you go like, hang on, what the fuck? And I went back through, not because I forgot that was a thing. I thought it was like, okay, you paid the 1,000, now you can use it as per. I didn't know it was like each time you go through it. So I go through it and then they charge me again. I'm like, okay, well, I have very little money left.
Yeah.
And then I realized I only had 950. And so it's like, well, I'm gonna have to do I have to do an experiment. I legally have to do a scientific experiment here just to see what happens. So I don't have enough money. Like, what are they gonna do? They just be like, free of charge, whatever. So I go in there, or maybe they don't allow you through. So I go in there, and then they just go like, oh, you don't have enough. We'll take what you can afford. So they take all my money.
Oh my god. What about? Did you go back in with 0?
Yeah, you go back with 0, and then they're just like, oh, we'll just take what you can afford, which is obviously nothing.
0.
So if you have 0 money, then they don't charge you, which is kind of progressive. It's giving socialism. It's giving.
You're giving him such a benefit of the doubt right now. It's unbelievable. Look at you.
No, but they allow you through. If you're too broke, they're just like, oh well. It's the people that are higher up. It's the bourgeois that needs to pay. So I get it.
It's like when Bowser, you're in last place and you land on a Bowser space, Mario Party, and he goes, oh, no, you're in last. Can't do this to you. Here's 20 coins. It's like that.
It's different because they didn't give you any money. They just let you through. It'd be as if you landed on that Bowser space.
The doubt kind of thing. There's good in evil. That's what I'm learning here. There's good in evil. I think at the end of the day, they get home, they take off their Team Rocket hat and uniform, and you're just Bob and Jerry at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You're not Team Rocket Bob or Team Rocket Jerry. You just
they're not. They don't get names. They just get called Team Rocket. But yeah, once they take the hats off, then they're Bob and Jerry.
When it comes off. You know what I mean? It's that kind of situation. And I'm sure some of them might have kids. Some of them might be, they might earn a good living off this job.
You'd hope so if they're stealing thousands of dollars off people just walking for a...
I know. Some rocket grunts might be passionate and be looking to get up in the ranks. Some your Bobs and your Jerrys
it might just be a paycheck. Be a paycheck.
Yeah, they just might be living paycheck to paycheck or paying off something. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm sure they live their own life. It's all good.
Yeah.
In turn. But
I mean, like, they're just following orders, really.
Yeah. That was really inconspicuous.
No, I'm just like... Sometimes, even if it is just a paycheck, maybe you should be like, well, what I'm doing isn't morally correct, and I should just not do it. Even if it's not...
Look, anyone can do the job better if you cared about it. But at the end of the day,
I mean, like, just don't do that job. Maybe just don't do that job. Maybe don't sign up for Team Rocket.
Yeah, but then you get fired, and you can't get employed anywhere else.
Why can't you get employed anywhere else?
Because, I don't know, maybe that's all they're qualified for. Maybe they're not qualified enough to do other occupations. Maybe they have to go back to studying and whatever and become qualified enough to...
Maybe there should be a gym... maybe there should be part of the training system. I mean, like, in this weird economy, you just take money off people by battling them, and it's completely legal. So maybe they should just do that.
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
They should make some money by that way.
I feel like the government isn't that complicated over there. They just pass all these laws, and they have a lot.
I don't
of money
believe
going
it's
around.
so far from what we've seen from Red and Blue and Gold and Silver. I don't believe there really is a government.
No.
No.
The government...
We haven't seen any evidence of a government. We've just seen, like...
about this. I feel like the gym leaders... The gym leaders...
No, I cannot subscribe to that. I cannot subscribe to the gym leaders
I'm pretty sure you said that in the previous episode, though.
No, I fought against it because I was saying there's no way that could be, because if that was the case, then that means we have nepotism government, which is just flat out royalty. Then we just got like a monarchy going on there.
Oh, well, it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't mean I approve. I don't approve.
You name it, it's happened. You know what I mean? It's just that kind of thing.
Anyway, so once we get through this bloody route of being courted? Depends if you're into rockets. We've been rorted by these rockets. We arrive at Lake Rage, where apparently shit's going down. The Gyarados are getting angry, which is apparently bad, but like from my understanding, isn't that like their main character trait? Just Gyarados are angry?
Yeah, they I think I saw a David Attenborough-esque skit on Magikarp that were like Gyarados, when they evolve into Gyarados, they become really overprotective or something like that. I don't know. So, yeah, no, I'm just justifying your thing. I can show you if you want. We can watch it.
Probably not, because it's a podcast.
Actually, that's a fair point. I forgot about that.
You want to watch a video on our podcast? Yeah, sure.
God, so
alienate the entire audience.
Or just genuinely. Anyway, look, I'm sure I'll link that video for someone.
Show me
somewhere.
later. Show me later.
I'll show you
We'll
later.
plop it in the show notes. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting how a little 10-year-old can just waltz up onto the Gyarados and just battle it without anyone else doing it. I just found it really
I mean, like,
weird.
it's a Gyarados. We just got a severe overconfidence, I think. We've just got some sort of ego goes, yeah, fuck it, we got this sorted. We got this sorted, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So we surf across this lake to get to the Gyarados, which apparently all the Magikarp are evolving, and there's no Magikarp left. There's only Gyarados. I'm running into Magikarp left, right, and center in this lake. What are these people fucking talking about?
They're a bit
No, the
behind,
Magikarp are gone. Like, guys,
They're a bit behind.
just like holding up a Magikarp in the air. Like, look what I fucking
You just
found.
hold it up. But they're all like acting delusional. They're like, what are you holding there? They're like gaslighting you.
Yeah, they're like, I'm pretty sure that's a Gyarados. You're like, it's a Magikarp. Like,
I'm
no,
pretty
that's
sure
it's a Gyarados.
I'm pretty sure it's a Goldeen,
shiny. That's a shiny Gyarados.
It's a
actually,
shiny Goldeen. I think you're holding, flopping it around for dinner.
So, did you have struggles with the Red Gyarados with our little shiny friend?
Did I? Goodness. Did I actually? I think I didn't. I think I didn't. Hold up. Let me get my screenshots of the game up. No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
right.
I didn't
Did
have
you catch
any
it?
trouble at all. I was gonna catch it before I realized that it didn't go with my theme. So I killed
No,
it.
because it's already evolved. Yeah.
Cold
So you killed
blood.
it. Right.
I don't know how I killed it though, because all my Pokemon are weak to it. All my Pokemon are just weak as shit to it. It was level 30 as well.
Yeah, it was a high level. High level. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, I had Thrash actually. It used Thrash, and I switched in from Max to Crispin. So Max is my Rattata, and then Crispin is my Graveler. And while he was using Thrash, I just threw a rock at it, and he died, basically.
But that's good. That's good because Rock is super effective against flying. So that would be
And he's somehow a flying type, so we love that.
Yeah.
It's like a serpent dragon or something. That's why he gets the flying type.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's
No,
a Chinese dragon, and the Chinese dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's based off that, I think, that dragon.
And they do a
from
lot of
Chinese
flying.
New Year. And they fly, yeah.
From
they fly in
Chinese
the
from
air.
Chinese New Year. Oh yeah, the dragon from Chinese New
The
Year.
Zodiac. What's this? The Zodiac or something? Oh my god. It's like I'm referencing a movie.
It's
From
like
Chinese New
referencing
Year.
it. Oh, you know that content, Chinese New Year. Did you just catch the last season? Oh yeah, Year of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I preferred Rabbit's my favorite season.
Nah, Tiger. All about Tiger.
Tiger's where it's at. Oh yeah, Mr. Richmond supporter. How many games have they won, by the way?
Two.
Oh,
so far.
they won another game.
They
Oh,
won a
let's
game
go.
on Thursday.
Let's go.
I'm actually pretty stoked with that.
Very
But
good.
yeah. Hey, did you catch it? I didn't even ask.
I didn't catch it. Oh, I can't catch it because it's not a Rattata.
You can nickname it
I did.
Rattata.
I fought it. And three attempts. It took 3 attempts.
attempts.
Because it just took out my Rattatas. Rattatas are very weak, and they at that point were mid-20s, so they were not that leveled up.
Jeez, young.
But the thrash helped because when he finished doing thrash, he gets confused.
Did he hurt himself?
So I was able, and that's how I took him out, by him taking himself out.
Imagine he
And the
never
Rattatas
hurts himself.
just-
Oh my god.
Well, that's what
He's
happened for
stuck
the
there.
first 2 times. Yeah, the
Yeah.
first 2 attempts, he didn't hurt himself. He just hurt the Rattatas.
Just
And then...
like you're just like, oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah. No, fair enough.
So we take out this. Oh yeah, go on. Sorry.
No,
You,
I was gonna say I found it funny that Lance decided to rock up afterwards.
Yeah, this weird man just appears. He's like, I'm next to the lake, and I'm just having a watch, and I've got a cape on. You're like,
I've
okay,
got a
who
good
are you?
feeling about you. He actually recognised our chauvinistic, egotistical character that we are both developed into, and I think he latched onto it.
He was
and
like,
he's like, you.
You're a narcissist. I like that.
You're coming with me to the Team Rocket hideout, which I know where it is. Just wait and see. And then he runs off, and then I'm thinking
He doesn't.
okay.
Oh, wait. I want to correct you here. He doesn't run off. He spins around in a circle and just levitates out of the screen. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. He
Doesn't run off.
Well, he's a bit
He
of a
gets like
dragon
abducted by aliens. You're like, the fuck was
No.
that, Lance?
Well, technically, he's on his Dragonite. Dragonite takes him back to where he.
yeah. Well,
It's Fly.
I read it
He's
as being
Fly.
abducted by aliens. So
Wow.
let's
that
just
as
say
you
that
will.
we interpret the content differently.
No, but then he's gone, and I'm thinking, where the fuck have you gone? So I just go into the Pokemon Center. I'm just taking my time because I don't know.
Well, he mentions
I
that
don't
it's
know if I'm gonna-
underneath the shop.
Yeah, I know that, but Charlie doesn't know that. Charlie's like, okay, I don't know where he's gone. So I'm
No,
just
but he
gonna go to the
mentions
Pokemon-
he mentions that he's like.
Did
it's
he
underneath
mention
the
it?
shop. Yeah.
Charlie
That's
didn't
I was like,
listen to
oh,
him.
that's why I need to go. Charlie was
Charlie
too
didn't-
busy paying
Charlie
attention
was-
to his guns. He's too into himself. So egotistical.
Yeah, Gyarados is gone. Yeah. And so, like, Charlie went into the Pokemon Center. Charlie looked on the PC a bit. Charlie's, like, twiddling his thumbs by this point. He doesn't know what to do. And then he can't go into the gym. So he goes into the shop to have a geese. It's actually the first time Charlie walked into the shop. And then he's like, Hyper Beam on the guy. The guy got Hyper
Yeah,
Beam.
the implication is the guy got hyper beamed
He would've
because
fucking
Lance has his
died.
Pokemon out.
Right?
100%. I think he did.
I know. I spoke to him afterwards. The
Oh.
guy's like, oh, I'm a bit hurt. What? You got hit by a hyper beam?
Damn.
You're all fucking dead.
Nah, someone fed him a sensu bean. He's fine now.
Yeah, he's got that. That exercise where I think karate guys get hit in the balls a lot.
An exercise?
Not an exercise, like a conditioning. It's like a conditioning thing.
What the hell are they conditioning
They've got a
them
brick.
for?
Oh my god, I've seen a few TikToks on it. They get a brick and then they just brick their balls constantly over and over and over and over. Apparently, it's a real brick, and they gain this tolerance, and it's more spiritual and it's more like a mental and physical toleration or capacity. And so I just think that this guy's been through a bit. And long story short, he can take a hyper beam. I just think he can take a hyper beam really well.
I'm so worried about these men hitting their gonads with bricks. That's
I know.
Like I walked into this conversation worried about this guy being hit by a hyper beam, but I've walked away knowing that there's real people, not in fiction, getting hit by choice.
They hit themselves
by their own
They
hand.
do this like that, like this. I'm just holding the brick over my head, and I'm swinging it downward south. You know what I mean?
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but some say it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
No.
you get it.
That took me a bit because I realized dick is in ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that.
Or ridiculous.
No, don't. Rebolsulous.
You'd be ridiculous if you did that too many times because it would just fucking fall off at that point.
Probably. I don't think I'd do it to myself though. But
I don't think I'd do it to myself either. I don't think many people
I
would.
Wouldn't expect that. Anyway, that's fine. And then we talked to the other guy. I think didn't the other guy pretend not to know that it was there or something, or
He was like,
just
"Oh
surrendered?
no." I think he was surrendered, and
He surrendered, which they tend to do in that world of Pokemon. They tend to just surrender instead of like gaslight.
well, I think it's a wise thing to do. You just saw your buddy Hyper Beam get Hyper Beam by a dragon. You're like, oh, "Fuck it, all right, I surrender." Hands up in the air, white flag wave.
True.
Like, yeah.
No, but then Dragonite has to recharge, so shouldn't that guy take the opportunity and just tackle Lance?
Nah, because we know that Lance has like two Dragonairs, a Gyarados, and an Aerodactyl from Pokemon Red and Blue.
That's true. That's true.
So
That's
he's
actually
got where that
true,
came
isn't
from.
it?
Yeah, all right,
but
Dragonites needs to recover, but Lance has other Pokemon.
I just
He's got his
made a
mates
point.
that are the aliens that are abducting him, so they may come down.
That's true. I just made a point about how they never gaslight in that game and they always surrender. But 2 minutes ago, we were just talking about the Magikarp. I just realized that gaslit us into thinking there weren't any Magikarp.
Yeah, they're like, no, that's not a Magikarp.
Really weird situations they choose to gaslight us on. But
Anyway, so we go under
pretty
this store. We go down this store.
Here we are.
And
look around. You look around, you think, wow, so many Persian statues. Let me walk in front of one to check it out. We are. Like a whole ass like siren plays. How many grunts rock up though? Two give a shit.
One, and then another one comes on afterwards.
But only
one's
two
quite
give a shit
delayed.
per statue. It's like they've got a quota to meet or something. Or the quota or whatever. 2 per statue, and there's like 10 statues.
Yeah. There was a way to turn off the statues, by the way. I'm
By
not sure if you
beating
found that.
Oh, what? No.
There's a computer.
But
I
you have to
accidentally
get
found
through.
out. Yeah, you got to get through a few of them, but there's one of the computers that you go through and you click on it. It's like, buttons being switched, and then
That
they
would have
stop
helped.
showing up.
Especially with the level cap, that would have helped.
I'm glad I found it, because otherwise I probably would have had to catch more retarders, because there were a lot of grunts to get through.
Wow, I cannot wait to hear about all the retarders that you've trained up now.
No, I don't.
You've got like
we got a
20
small
retarders.
army. We got a small army.
I'm thinking, how many names have you had to think of for all these guys?
There's a lot of what do you call it?
Mouse
Rat
characters.
and mouse characters. Yeah.
I trust. I just thought of another one. Do you ever watch a show called Arthur? Do you remember the character, Mr. Ratburn?
The teacher.
Mr.
Yeah,
Ratburn?
Yeah. I might
There's
use that
another
for
one.
one of them coming up.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, sorry, I just thought of that. I had to tell you.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
Oh man, and then you come across that area on the first floor to the left where you're just getting random Geodudes or random Voltorbs. You know what I'm talking about, and you can't run You can't escape. Even if it's a Geodude, you just couldn't escape. And it did my head in. Because, like, you'd run into one, and then every tile that you'd step on would be like, oh my god, another one. It was this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a weird one. Yeah. Sorry. Forgot about that.
Nah, yeah, it was, that was annoying. Because, like, every tile that I stood on, and then I'm like, okay, fuck this. I'm going back thinking that no more wild Pokemon would spawn. Another one would spawn anyway. So you'd be in the middle of that tile, and then either way, you just have to fight them. So I just decided to go the long way anyway. And then there's this part at the end next to the stairs with this little teleportation device. So I kept walking in.
It takes you all the way back up.
Yep. Annoying.
And then you got to go through those tiles again.
Annoying. I couldn't imagine clocking into work as Bob or Jerry, and then you enter, and then you're about to go down the stairs, and then you trip over, and then you step on that. You're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be late for work because you keep stepping on that teleportation device.
I mean, it's a great excuse to have, though, wouldn't it be?
It's true.
Why are you late? Oh, I was here on time, but accidentally I touched the teleportation pad, boss.
Again, it'll be like again.
Yeah.
I put warning signs
this week.
Yeah, give you a warning. Oh my god.
So after we do that, we go through the stairs, and there's like this locked room, and we're told that we can't get through without a bloody password.
Without a password.
Yeah. There's no password that we're allowed, so we got to go through, talk to a whole bunch of fucking grunts. Battle a whole bunch of grunts, and we get a password. I think it was like Rattata tail, Eradicate tail or something. And I go like, oh, brilliant! And the guy's like, oh yeah, it's one of the 2 passwords. I'm like, what the fuck? One of the 2 passwords? You need 2 passwords. Yeah. So I go back and I try Eradicate tail, and it just says you still need the password. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go off, and then I fight a few more people, and then they're like, oh, here's the other password. You needed 2 passwords, Eradicate tail and Slowpoke tail. I'm like, oh, brilliant. I got the 2 passwords. Go back to the room. Sorry, you need a password. Turns out there's 2 doors that are locked by passwords.
Well, you need 2 passwords each, I think. No, it's just
terrible. No, the other one just needs 1 password. Yeah.
And you needed a Murkrow as well.
Yeah, you had to talk to a fucking bird, which took me forever to figure out. Because, like, where's the password?
It took me a while to figure out, too. It took me a while to figure out. Because I remember playing Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver and having to do that part. So, for me, it was just like, well, where the fuck is this bird that I need to find?
I don't remember playing this at all. So, like, this was new information for me.
Oh,
like, I played this ages ago. I have done this, but I do not remember having to speak to a bird.
It's been a while. Oh my god. But yeah, it was just so random as well, because you knew you were on the right track when you ran into your rival randomly.
Yeah, he comes up, he's like, mate, you shouldn't be here. I told you I was going to take out Team Rocket. By the way, the guy with the cape's pretty strong. Anyway, I gotta go. Cheerio. And he goes off, you're like, what the fuck? Are we gonna fight?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I'm not prepared for this. Like, but he goes, nah, Lance destroyed me. The guy on the cape, he absolutely destroyed me.
Mate.
So, like,
mate.
By the way, you shouldn't be here. Anyway, see ya. And he just fucks
bye.
off.
You're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I loved it.
And then I go through the door, and I was expecting Giovanni for some reason, but it was just not a guy. It was just a little executive guy, and he's like, oh, no, Giovanni ditched us 2 years ago, but we're
trying to find him
and bring it back. Yeah, try and find him.
We're gonna hack the radio. They're talking about all these signals and shit.
Literally, like mixed signals. You know what I mean? Getting mixed signals from them.
Well, yeah, that's what they're getting from Giovanni, hopefully. So we finally get the password, and then we get into this room where, like, the signal is distorting the Magikarp that apparently don't exist. And Lance comes in, and he's like, there's no switch to turn it off. We're going to have to kill the Pokemon.
Oh, no.
Because, like, the Electrodes are running, and he's like, mate, just unplug. Like, can't you just, like, sever the cables that the Electrodes are connected to? Like, what? I don't understand.
Beat up the Pokemon.
Why do we have to kill the Pokemon? Why can't we just, like, move them out of the way or catch them? He's like, no, they have to faint. Sorry, buddy. They have to faint. So I had to kill these bloody Electrodes. It was very sad.
It was very sad. And yet again, I'm thinking, fuck, gonna hit the level cap. I don't want to hit the
Yeah,
level
yeah.
cap. I used Max before the Rocket Hideout. Then I used my Tony, the Quilava. During the Hideout, and I was switching between Tony and then Crispin. In preparedness for the gym, which was ice. So I'm thinking, okay, rock, fire, pretty good. So I'll just deal with it with those Pokemon. Thankfully, I was able to spread it out. But honestly,
That's
then
good.
I had to use just my Crispin against the Electrodes, just because I could one shot them and just get it over and done with. I just wanted it over and done with. I'm like, oh my god! As much as it seemed eventless, this leg, it was still long, in a way. And I do feel like not much happened during, apart from a few phone calls.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It
you just
seems
broke
like
up there,
a
Stacey.
bland... Oh, I just broke up. Can you hear me now?
You
Is this
just
better?
broke up there. I'm not sure. I can
Am I
hear you.
Okay, what about now?
You sound great. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Should we
But
backtrack maybe a minute?
No. No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It was just like for a second. I was just worried that it was going to ruin everything, but I think it's all fine now. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Sorry to do that.
No. Don't stress. So
What were you saying?
once we I had beating up the Electrodes was very inconvenient because I'm thinking I just didn't want to tip over the level cap and then not be able to use the Pokemon that I really wanted to. The limit was 3, I think, for the gym. So
What were the 3 that you brought in?
I brought
let's go through our team.
Max for some reason. I brought in Max, Crispin, and Tony. So Rattata, Graveler, and Quilava, which I think are a mixed bag. Half the gym was water and ground anyway, so I couldn't even use Tony properly, and I couldn't even use Graveler properly because they were both weak to water. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my god! So I had to basically, well, firstly I had to get through that gym puzzle. Don't know how I did it.
I love the gym. These are some of my favorite type of puzzles. The sliding on the ice puzzles, so fun. Like this is peak gym design.
Was it
in
fun?
my opinion?
We talk about
Peak.
fun. Peak. Peak. Fine. Fun. No. Absolutely.
I love them. It's just so satisfying. Going boom, boom, boom. You're figuring it all out. You're like, yeah, slide here, slide there. Boom.
That's the
so
problem,
satisfying.
though, Asher. That's the problem, though, right? Because like I was just on my iPad, just pressing buttons until it got to the point where I pressed the right combination on the arrow, on the pad, and I got to the gym. I'm like, fuck, all right. That was like me going.
Well, it's fun when you try to figure it out, not just.
I tried for like 20 minutes, and I was just like, fuck it. I
Skill
just started
issue.
pressing, but yeah, I'm like,
Skill
fuck
issue.
It. I fought all of the trainers bar one, and so I was worried about also running into that trainer. It was the one in the bottom right corner.
Oh yeah,
well.
there was a few that I avoided, and you can not fight them because they're not looking at you in certain points and stuff like that. And
I was just worried that
close to level cap, so
I was worried that not fighting them would inevitably make me have to fight them because I'd be working out the puzzle, and so I was just fuck it. I just fought most of them that I could anyway. But I didn't recognize the two in the corner. There was a guy in the bottom left and then the girl in the bottom right. And I spoke to that guy thinking he was just like a guy. It turns out he was a guy with Pokemon.
yeah. Everyone in the gym is a guy with Pokemon except for
I
the
know.
guy who stands next to the
That's
statue.
general rule of thumb, isn't it?
Yeah, but you forgot.
But yeah, so I definitely did forget. I'm just looking at my... Yeah, so the gym itself. You talk about the gym itself.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Well, my 3 Pokemon that I brought in were Gonzalez, who's a new addition, Rattata, Gonzalez, has a Speedy Gonzalez, and then 2 others, Pinky and Brain. From Pinky and the Brain, which
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I hadn't thought of them before. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
famous
Pinky and the
rats or
Brain, yeah.
mice? I was like, oh, fucking Pinky and the Brain.
That's sick.
All three of them level 31. It was a struggle, and we had to yet again, like the tactics that I have to use, it's just brute forcing my way through to get RNG. That is the only way that I can really do these gyms.
Damn, that's not fun.
I've discovered. Yeah, so Mud Slap is not something that I. It's just
you can't use, can you?
I can't use because there's only one TM for Mud Slap, and I've already used that on another Pokemon that is above the level cap, so I can't use him.
Oh my God.
So we just had to rely heavily on missing normally.
Jesus.
Yeah, Hyperfang
that is painful.
It's just like the OG thing. So it's just Hyperfangs and quick attacks. Most of those Pokemon were fast. Sorry, Piloswine and what was the first one? Dugong was definitely faster.
Dugong.
What was the first? It was Piloswine, Dugong, and Seal. Yeah, Seal we were able to outspeed. Piloswine we were able to outspeed. But yeah, the Dugong was the issue that we had. So after I think it was about maybe 5 attempts, we got through it. But
that's
yeah,
not bad considering.
Not bad. But yeah, it was very close on the 5th attempt.
I just shake my head because like it's not even meant to be a hard gym. And
I think the hard thing about it is because of the level cap. Like if I could have my Rattatas over level 31, things might be a little bit different. But since I'm stuck at their level, it's fucked, man. It's fucked.
Oh my God. And actually, I actually lost the first time on mine. I don't think I've ever lost a gym battle, and it was so weird having lost one now when I shouldn't have. I basically my first attempt I actually had good luck. I actually got a critical hit with Max, and I was actually a turn ahead, and then Dugong knocked out Max. I switched in. Actually, no, not yet. So I'm just going off memory. I switched into Crispin, tanked a hit that was meant for Max, and then I basically just got. I didn't get one-shotted, but I almost knocked it out, and I almost knocked it out, and then I knocked it out with Tony, and then Piloswine came in and just finished me off, and I was like, fuck. Okay, so I've got to regroup. All I did was, I can't remember the turns, but I just reordered. So I just brought in Tony instead of Crispin.
Can I just interject just quickly? You said Piloswine?
I said Piloswine.
It has to be. So it has to be Piloswine.
Go on, why?
Has to
this
be
is interesting
because it's very big. It looks like a fucking pile. It's a lump, and it's a pig. It's like a pile of pigs. It's a pile of swine.
A pile of.
It's a pile of swine. Yeah, because it's like it looks like a fucking stack of a whole bunch of swine-ubs.
My argument is
you stack a whole bunch of swine-ubs on top of each other. It
looks soft like a pillow. That's my. Swine-ub. Swine-ub.
Soft like a pillow.
Soft like
I mean, I guess. Yeah, but like...
Why are we using the English grammar and language to justify our way of saying it?
Because like that's what a lot of Pokemon names are based off. They're like puns and stuff like that. So like for me, I'm like, yeah, pile of swine. Like Pseudo-Woodo. Like it's Pseudo-Wood.
Pseudo-Woodo. Yeah, I say.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm just saying that there's a pun there. Like, there's a reason why those words are together to make that Pokemon name. And I feel like for Piloswine...
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. I'm still going to call it Piloswine because it just rolls off the tongue.
Let us know what you think. Anyway, go on. Continue with...
So I had Tony out, and then Crispin came out. And this is my first try. So I've just remembered it now. And Tony came out, then Crispin came out, and then I died. All I did was swap it, so then Crispin came out, dealt with Dugong, and then Tony dealt with Dugong, and what's his name? Piloswine. And that was basically it. I survived on 13 HP on my last.
God damn.
So
Damn.
I just wanted
Cutting
to
it
brute
close.
force it again, like you know what I mean. It learned my Tony got to 31, learnt Flame Wheel, so I had Flame Wheel over Ember, so actually an upgrade.
Flame Wheel. Nice.
So we take that too. So I'm very very happy with Flame Wheel. So I think most of my mons are at 31 now, so ready for the next step. Yay!
Yeah. Right. Well, I guess that's our leg that we did this week.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be going to the Pokemon Radio Tower to
God.
sort out Team Rocket again. We've got Blackthorn City, and we're taking on the
Claire, and we've got the Dragon's Den, which I think we're going to do in the leg afterwards, I think. I don't know why.
Yeah, we'll see. Whenever we get the badge is when the leg ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever
Sounds
that
good.
happens. If we get the badge after the Dragon's Den or before the Dragon's Den, that's when.
Oh, actually, it's when we get the badge. That's when we should finish the episode. We don't get the badge until we finish Dragon's Den.
I don't know.
So, we go until the end of Dragon's Den, then we get the badge, because Claire's a stubborn piece of shit.
Okay.
I think.
But that's
I think
the
she's a
same
stubborn
thing with
piece of
Whitney.
shit.
Isn't that the same thing that they did with Whitney?
No, Whitney just had to...
Because Whitney was just like,
calm her
I'm
down
not going to
a
give you
bit.
the badge, and he starts crying, and then
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
you walk off,
give me the
then,
badge.
then the chick goes, nah, she's crying, go back to her, and then you go back to her. And it takes like 10 seconds. With Claire, it doesn't take 10 seconds, it takes longer.
Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how close Whitney is to Claire.
Yeah.
This is actually, that's problematic.
What?
There's 2 female gym leaders in Johto. No, there's 3. I was going to say, like, all the female gym leaders throw a hissy fit when they don't win, but I forgot about Jasmine. So there goes that theory. I was about to be like, I was about to say, like, oh, that's problematic, Pokemon. Come on, like, women don't always fuss when they lose, but I spoke too soon.
Yeah. No, Jasmine's level-headed. She's good.
Hey, Jasmine's fine.
Love
She
it,
just tortures the Ampharis. That's just what she does. Poor thing.
Yeah. She's every time
All
we
right.
go back to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's going to be the leg. Ta-ta-ta for now, unless there's anything you wanted to say, Stacey.
Nah, I just want to say thank you for listening. Newcomers, if you stuck all the way through, give us a nice rating, big fat rating, big juicy rating, and a juicy sub on the YouTube channel too. We love that. Thank you.
Yeah, we post all the time on the YouTube channel. So
All
much
the
content
time.
on there.
So much.
So much. All right. Bye.
Bye.
How do I stop recording?